Hi friends, it's your buddy Matt, the global ergonomist and ergo coach. Welcome to another strong Qigong here in the North Florida corridor of the Intercoastal Waterway outside of my hometown of St. Augustine. Today we had a fun one we're calling Wagging the Dragon's Tail, and that means we started out with the dragon from the Ba Jin. We then did the swimming dragon, a Tai Chi performance. And then we did Wagging the Dragon's Tail from the Ba Jin, and drawing the bow to shoot the arrow, also from the Ba Jin. We finished up with a Shaolin punch on one leg. That one we borrowed from Shaolin Temple Europe, whom we really recommend. As always, we started out sharpening our mind on the stone of the breath with our breath work, and we did our visualization, blowing on the embers of the cauldron of the heart, the cauldron of the mind, and the cauldron of the body. So you know the routine. Please be sure to hit the like button, the notification bell, comment, share, and subscribe. We're growing this great community together. We love having you back for Strong Qigong. As you know, this is our technique where we take long, slow, deep, silent breaths, deep and slow, quiet, and even. The reason we do this is because we have complete control of our automatic nervous system. If you've ever heard somebody who's upset when they're breathing, their breath is rapid, shallow, noisy, and irregular. Like that. That's someone who's upset. And what we do is when we want to control the autonomic nervous system, we do just the opposite. Long, slow, deep, silent breaths. So go ahead and start focusing on that. And if you're comfortable with your eyes closed, you can as well, because we always use the visualization coming up. But also know that within every breath cycle, the latest neuroscience has taught us that we can further tip the scale towards the rest and digest parasympathetic branch, and that's by extending every exhale. Making your exhale longer than your inhale compounds the deep, slow, quiet, even breath. So, the bottom of every breath cycle, use your floating ribs, or ribs 11 and 12, and at the bottom, use them to squeeze out like bellows, a little more air out, and you will notice a deeper inhale ensues. So this is one of the reasons we do this. It's called Respiratory Sinus Arrhythmia. As we do this and extend every exhale, we calm the nervous system. Blood vessels dilate, heart rate slows, 1,000 things take place, our digestion improves. As you do this, if you're doing this with eyes closed, use this classic visualization we use in Strong Qigong, known as Sharpening the Mind on the Stone of the Breath. You can say you are entrusted with an heirloom samurai sword, passed down hundreds of years. Your job is to keep it up. And to do so, you want to sharpen the blade. And as you inhale, you draw the blade across the stone. You focus where the blade meets the stone. At the end of your inhale, you flip the blade, and then you exhale across, away from you. Again, focusing on sharpening each side of the blade. When you get to the end of your exhale, you flip the blade again, and you inhale it towards you. You flip the blade, you exhale it from you, sharpening both sides of the breath. This is the autonomic nervous system. And flipping the blade is where we focus our mind. We call that sharpening the mind on the stone of the breath. Seek out the infinitesimal point where out-breath becomes in-breath and in-breath becomes out-breath. You're using your dopamine-system this way, seeking out. You don't have to find it. You only have to seek it. And after a few more breaths in this manner, invite your eyes to gently, slowly flutter open like a butterfly leaving a flower as we go into our warm-ups where we calibrate our interoception, our body sense, with our proprioception, our position sense. We take a deep breath in, our head floats like a balloon. And then as we exhale, we purse our lips, let air out of the balloon until the chin drops to the chest. When we inhale again, we inhale one ear past one shoulder. We exhale all the way across the chest. Inhale opposite ear past opposite shoulder. Exhale all the way across the chest. Inhale ear past shoulder, and continue in this manner from side to side. There's a portion of your cerebral cortex called the insula, and the anterior portion, the frontal portion, is where we keep interoception and proprioception. So when you do these, you're calibrating your diaphragm with your inner ear, the 3 semicircular canals, and you're calibrating your brain stem with your neocortex, your new brain. Continue. And after a few more rocking motions from side to side, invite your chin to pause at your chest. Inhale your chin back upright as we work into our shoulder girdles, the upper respiratory sinus. Begin to loop your shoulder girdles forward and upward with each inhale. Bring them around back, squeeze them downward and backward with every exhale. Buck, stay. Lie down. Inhale up and exhale down. Buck wants to wander off. It's not going to happen. Inhale up and exhale down. Squeeze. Well done. Now, as you breathe and loop your shoulder blades like so, work down your upper extremities. Go into your elbows and begin to throw elbow strikes back. You can cross your wrists with gentle fists at the bottom. Make these big opening chest elbow strikes, opening the upper respiratory sinus. Well done. Now, as you cross wrists with gentle fists, the next time your hands drop, open your palms upward and then make the arms get involved. So inhale up, big circles, exhale down. And if you're like me and you like to make the knees and hands just kind of move in concert with the breath, feel free to let your knees float upward and knees melt downward with the movement. Well done. Now that we've done the arms, go back to the elbows, make the gentle fist, cross wrists, and throw the elbows. And then let's finish up where we started with just the shoulder girdles, looping forward and upward. Beautifully done. Squeezing downward. And then rest as we work into the lower respiratory sinus. We turn our eyes towards one hand. We begin to scoop and toss with each hand behind us, scooping with palm up, tossing with palm down, inhaling upward, exhaling downward. Beautifully done. Now, just as you did earlier, we're going to work up our upper extremities. So work into those elbow throws from side to side. Loop the elbows. Beautifully done. Big looping circles. After you've done that from side to side, go into the shoulder girdles and begin looping the shoulder girdles backward, like so. Well done. Let your trunk turn. Let your weight shift. Let your body be involved. And after you've done looping with the shoulder girdles, back into the elbow strikes where we came from, and from the elbow strikes back into the windmill. Well done. We've got the upper half of the body warmed up. We'll go into the lower half now by simply turning the trunk from side to side. Use this weight shift, and as you do, this is called the ragdoll. So we ragdoll from side to side, and ragdoll sets us up for pellet drum or prayer drum. Use the momentum of your trunk turn, begin to slap or tap the top of the opposite shoulder, and with the back of your hand, the low back or hip, wherever the hand winds up. And once you've started at the top of the shoulder, work to the top of the chest. And after you've done the top of the chest, up around the collarbone, down to the bottom of the rib cage, those ribs we were talking about earlier. Well done. And then finally, down into the hip region, preparing us for the lower half of the body. And once you've done the lower half of the body, we'll go into our routine. So let's let our hands drift to our hips, and begin the big hula hoop that we call stirring the bowl. This warms up the whole lumbo-pelvic hip complex. Always feels good to do any of these warm-ups any time of day. You can do the entire series, or you can just do whatever feels right at a given time. Whichever direction you chose, simply pause and start to loop in the opposite direction. Always unwind what you've wound in strong Qigong. Well done. Now let's allow our center of gravity to settle within our base of support and then step a little wider, a little lower. This is horse stance, horse riding stance. We're going to do a move-in horse stance or two coming up. But this is the Great Bear Swings, one of our warm-ups. We take a deep breath in, and as we exhale, we turn our shoulders and drop down. As we inhale, we turn our shoulders, rise to pause, and exhale, turn shoulders, drop down. Inhale, rise to pause, and you follow your breath downward and upward. Feel the shift in weight from one leg to the other. Turn the trunk with the direction you're moving. Well done. On your next one, simply pause down at the bottom and inhale yourself back upright. We always like to finish this up with what's known as shifting weight on a figure eight. You begin to rock from side to side, and as you do, shifting weight, you round the corner. So rocking from one direction to the other, side to side. We call this shifting weight on a figure eight. It's good form in Tai Chi and Qigong. As you continue, we settle back into the middle, and you bring your feet back into your center stance. You shift weight onto one foot, raise the opposite heel, begin looping the knee. The ankle and foot follow along obediently. Whichever direction you chose is fine. Simply pause and loop in the opposite direction. We always unwind what we've wound. Then you take weight through that foot, raise the opposite heel, loop the knee. And after some inward loops, a few outward loops. Well done. Now invite yourself to settle within your base of support. All that's left are your wrists, hands, and forearms. Remember, in strong Qigong, we make a point of pointing out the Dajue points, or I should say the Laogong points. Where your middle fingers meet your palm is your Laogong points, and they become important in some of the moves we do. So we always try to focus on them. As you take a deep breath in, as you exhale, let your hands and Laogong points melt down. And as you inhale, let them float and rise, and continue to breathe in this manner. Now, if you want to get your knees involved like I do, by all means. It's always nice to feel it through your whole body. And as you inhale yourself back up and exhale down, you might invite your eyes to close to use our classic visualization from the Qigong tradition known as cleansing the inner body. What you do is when you inhale, you imagine a glowing mist formed in the core of the earth. And as you inhale, a glowing mist rises through the soles of your feet, through the trillions of cells of your inner body, and it collects in your upper dantenne, the mind's eye center. And when you exhale, that glowing mist forms a glowing cloud. That glowing cloud forms a glowing rain. That glowing rain washes down those trillions of cells through the soles of the feet and back into the earth. So this is a classic Qigong visualization known as cleansing the inner body. With every inhale, a glowing mist rises. With every exhale, a glowing rain falls. And it washes the trillions of cells in the inner body, and it washes the three dantenne. The cauldron of the mind, the cauldron of the heart, the cauldron of the body, what we love to call our three smooth river rocks. When you inhale up again, invite your palms to pause at heart height in a hugging stance, known lovingly as stand like tree in the ancient Asian literature. This is where we take inventory of our alignment. This is where we begin and end. So with long neck and light head floating upward like a balloon, our heavy shoulders and our heavy tail melt downward in the opposite direction, and between them, with every breath, our spine gently stretches in what's known lovingly as the string of pearls in the ancient Asian literature. Our hands hover as if we're tenderly hugging a long-lost loved one, and our feet are parallel in a firm, rooted stance like a mighty oak. With soft knees and soft belly, soft breath and soft gaze, or best of all, eyes closed, our three dantenne rest peacefully on one another. Those three smooth river rocks we carefully selected, balanced, and stacked on life's river's edge. And as we visualize with eyes closed, our hands begin a slow journey downward until our thumbs cross over our belly button and our folded fingers warm comfortably against the cauldron of the body. And we visualize our warm-ups from head to toe, the yoga neck roll, the shoulder rolls, the pellet drum, and the constant bear, as we sometimes call it, or ragdoll, also stirring the bowl in the great bear swings. We see it and feel it as we begin to blow on the embers of the cauldron of the body through closed eyes and pursed lips, as if blowing through a straw. We blow on those embers, filling the inner galaxy with light. With each deep ensuing inhale, we draw the light upward and outward, and we blow on the embers of the cauldron of the heart, the middle dantenne. Using the extended exhale through closed eyes and pursed lips, we delight in the growing, glowing light as the embers from both cauldron respond, filling the inner galaxy, and spilling beyond the inner galaxy to bathe the space between us with light, warm, silken chi energy. And may your body be strong, and may your heart be calm. And if your eyes are closed, enjoy it. As your hands melt to your side until you're ready to invite your eyes to gently, slowly flutter open as a butterfly might leave a flower. Welcome back. Now we step into the center of our little boat. We inhale our hands up till they're an inch apart. When we exhale down, we do so slowly and deliberately. This is called centering the chi, where we begin and end. We do it again, and this time, in the Shaolin manner, we bring our palms together. We exhale to the heart center, the middle dantenne. When we inhale, the elbows rise and wrists straighten. When we exhale, the hands melt down. Before we proceed, the hand on this side of the screen makes the fist. The hand on this side covers it, and together we'll take a deep breath in and straighten. Slowly exhale and bow in a gesture of mutual respect and gratitude for this tradition. As we inhale ourselves back upright, our hands melt down, and we are ready. We step out into the middle of our little boat. We inhale the hands up again, about an inch apart. We exhale down. We continue in this manner. As we do so, we're calibrating our movement with our breath. So you decide how high you reach or how low you go, as long as you keep those three smooth river rocks resting peacefully on one another. The object is to not let them fall forward, backward, or any other direction. So use your alignment and your breath, keeping that string of pearls upright. Beautifully done. Now, when your hands drop again, I'm going to invite you to pause at the bottom and inhale them straight in front of you to heart height, and then exhale down and continue breathing in this manner. This is known as opening the door in Tai Chi, the first movement in routines like the Yang 24, the Yang 40, even the Yang 108. All begin with opening the door. When your hands rise again, spread them wide. Beautifully done. The hand on this side of your screen drops down and winds up in front of this shoulder like so. The other hand tucks behind your back. You take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, you turn your eyes, your chin, your chest as far back as you can. And once you're out of breath, you inhale. Let your hands float and extend to the middle, and then exhale to the other side in the same posture. Inhaling, follow your hands, eyes follow hands, hands follow breath. Exhale to the back. And continue in this manner, inhaling to center, exhaling to side. This is known as the dragon, one of the many forms of the dragon move. Beautifully done. Follow the breath. Eyes follow hands, hands follow breath. Breath follows mind. Beautifully done. Now, when you come out of this next one, spread your hands wide again with palms up. The hand on this side crests like a wave. As we exhale, we're going to keep it in front of us. This is one version. We scoop down and then we drift across, and the other hand crests like a wave. We continue in this manner from side to side. This is known as the swimming dragon. Now, the way I was taught it, we drag our knuckles down our back, hips, buttock, thigh, all that. But there are versions where you do it in front of you this way. So if you like this version better, you can do this one. And you begin to calibrate your breath. You inhale your hand up as the wave crests, and then you exhale it down the front of your body as you shift from side to side. Just a version of the swimming dragon. And as always, the eyes follow hand, the hands follow breath, the breath follows mind. Notice how you shift weight and turn trunk from one side to the other. Let your body get into it. It's not just an arm move. Well done. Now, on this next one, as you come out of it, pause with hands extended and bring the hands down to the hips. Step out a little wider into horse stance, Mabu. This is one of the 8 brocades. This is known as wagging the dragon's tail. You're going to see it's very much like our warm-ups, the Great Bear swings from side to side, only you don't have to do as much twisting. So it looks like so. We inhale, we exhale, drop down. As we inhale over 1 foot. And then we exhale down and we inhale over the other foot. So you see there's not as much twisting. Inhale and rise. Exhale and fall. This is wagging the dragon's tail. You'll notice the fanny goes in the opposite direction of where your head goes. Hence the name. Exhale down. One of the Ba Jin, one of the 8 brocades. Wag the dragon's tail. Follow the breath upward. Follow it downward. Beautifully done. On this next exhale, pause at the bottom. Inhale your trunk back upright. We'll stay in horse stance for this next Ba Jin, known as drawing the bow to shoot the arrow. You know this one. We inhale the hands up to shoulder height. Your long hand is 1 or 2 fingers. This is called sword hand. And your eyes will cast beyond it. When we go to draw the bow, this is your bow. Short arm is your arrow. When we go to draw the bow, we take a deep breath in. As we exhale, we drop down and draw the bow to shoot the arrow. When we inhale again, we switch to the other side. We inhale up and rise. We exhale and fall. Continue. Inhale and rise. Exhale and fall. Cast your gaze beyond the sword hands, beyond the bow. Look out into the horizon. Beautifully done. Another classic from the Ba Jin, the 8 brocades. Drawing the bow to shoot the arrow. Rise with the breath and fall with the breath. Knees and hands float. Knees and hands melt from side to side. Well done. Breathe deeply, slowly, quietly, and evenly. One more time each side. And on this next one, just spread the hands wide again. Let the hands come to the hips again. This time, make gentle fists at the hips. We're going to finish up as we always do with a single leg stance. And this is a version of the Shaolin punch. You'll see this one featured in the warm-ups of Shaolin Temple Europe. We're going to shift weight over one foot and throw a punch, bringing up the other foot, like so. Then we'll inhale back to center and switch sides. Exhale, punch. Inhale, center. Exhale, punch. Hello, and if you get a little wobbly like me, that's why you're doing this. When you return to center, a little squat, and then inhale, punch. Well done. So inhale to center, if I wasn't clear. Exhale to side, punch. Well done. This is a version of the Shaolin punch. There are many versions. We always like to throw a little single leg stance into strong Qigong to challenge our balance every day. Well done. And on this next one, when you return, pause with the fist. Let's finish up with just some classic Shaolin punch. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, one fist comes out in front of you as you drop down. As you inhale, you draw back towards the hip and rise. Opposite hand, exhale out, drop down. Inhale and rise. Now to do this in the classic form, you tighten up the arm and then soften the arm as you draw back. Tighten the whole fist and arm out as you push out. Inhale gently back. If you really want to do it, the traditional version that I was taught, believe it or not, you make an angry face, stare angrily, and then soften your face as you draw back. You put your whole heart and soul into it. That's yang energy you're pushing out, and that's yin energy you're drawing back. So inhale softly, soft face. Exhale, angry eyes. Beautifully done. One more. And now return to center. Back into your center stance. Find your center. Sync your chi. Exhale down. Do a few more. Follow your breath upward. Follow it downward. When your hands drop again, pause at the bottom. Open the door. Float and melt. Beautifully done. Coming up, when your hands rise again, if you feel comfortable doing so with eyes closed, by all means do so. But feel welcome to spread your hands wide and stand like tree. So with long neck and light head floating upward, our heavy shoulders, our heavy tail melt downward. Between them, our spine gently stretches with every breath, known as the string of pearls in the ancient Asian literature. The hands hover as if we're tenderly hugging that long-lost loved one. The feet are parallel in a firm-rooted stance like a mighty oak on a mountaintop in the Blue Ridge. And with soft knees and soft belly, our three energy centers rest peacefully on one another, as if we carefully selected, gathered, balanced, and stacked three smooth river rocks on life's river's edge. And with soft knees and soft belly, soft breath and soft gaze, or best of all, eyes closed, we feel the echoes of the chi we stirred. We see the dance in our mind's eye. We choose our favorites, starting with the dragon, then the swimming dragon, then wagging the dragon's tail, then drawing the bow to shoot, and then the Shaolin punch on one leg. We see it, we feel it, we enjoy it. If eyes are closed, our hands begin the final journey downward. The thumbs cross over the belly button. The folded fingers resume warming on the cauldron of the body as we resume blowing on the embers of the cauldron of the heart and the cauldron of the body through closed eyes and pursed lips, as if blowing through a straw. We delight in the growing, glowing light as the embers respond. We draw the light upward with each deep ensuing inhale, and we begin to blow on the embers, the cauldron of the mind, in gratitude for this beautiful inward show. We enjoy the power of our own visualization, our own imagination, our own concentration, our own meditation, as we blow on the embers of all three cauldrons, filling our inner galaxy with the brightest light yet, spilling beyond the inner galaxy, bathing the space between us, spilling beyond the space between us, bathing the world around us, spilling beyond the world around us, bathing life itself with light, warm, silken, Qi energy. May your body stay strong. May your heart stay calm. May your mind stay sharp. May your spirit stay free. Yi-Dao, Qi-Dao, which means where the mind goes, Qi follows. Where intention goes, energy flows. So choose peacefully, choose safely, choose carefully. If your eyes are closed, let the hands melt to your side. Only invite the eyes to gently, slowly flutter open as a butterfly might leave a flower. Welcome back. We step back into our little boat. Our hands slowly inhale up till they're an inch apart. Just as slowly we exhale down, centering our Qi as promised at the beginning. So the hand on this side of the room or screen can make the fist. The hand on this side can cover it. Together we take a deep breath in to straighten. We slowly exhale and bow. You give yourselves a much-earned, much-deserved round of applause for being the light you made in the world today.